To everybody, bro. Shout out to everybody. Let me make sure my Wi-Fi on. Hold on, real quick. Let me just make sure my Wi-Fi on. I probably will end up putting like timestamps and everything in this because this is gonna be long. You know what I'm saying, for a recap or whatever. But first of all, shout out to URL. Shout out for everything they doing, man. You guys got Ultimate Madness as being a staple in battle rap. You guys are creating stars. That is a fact. I ended up watching a couple of battles that I missed. Shout out to, people that end up sending like me the battles or whatever, everybody that's screen recording. I rock with y'all, you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate that because I actually really wanted to see, and this isn't a battle that people were like really crazy about, but I wanted to see Kid Slade versus Ryder. I wanted to see that, because I wanted to see whether or not Kid Slade could actually deal with Ryder, and what would come of that. I like the face-off that happened. I don't know if y'all seen the face-off. Even if you didn't see the battle, go and watch the face-off of Ryder and Kid Slade. It was actually a pretty good face-off. Ryder had the baking soda and the I think it's like the measuring cup. He had all that, bro. And he was basically saying like in the face-off that Kid Slade is like one-dimensional. It's basically what he's saying. He's like, yo, you're gonna talk about X, Y, and Z for 3 rounds. Like we already know what you're coming with, and I'm gonna tell you, like I got Ryder in the first and the third. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ryder. I don't think it was like a crazy like win, but I think you like clearly beat him. So shout out to Kid Slade. I think Kid Slade is one of the dopest like newcomers that we have, but at the same time, you got to do something more than just, just drug talk. You know what I'm saying? We need something more than that. But shout out to you. And then like Steams, and I ended up watching Steams, and what's the dude name to be choking all the time? Sorry. Steams versus I can't remember your name. Your Honor. Shout out to Your Honor. Shout out to Your Honor. He battled Your Honor. Your Honor, I like your writing style. It's just Your Honor just chokes, bro. Like he ain't gonna stop doing it. He stumbles and he chokes. He's not gonna like get it together. But shout out to him. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I played you in Mortal Kombat and smoked you. But at the end of the day, I think he ain't going. I mean, he fine with just like stumbling and messing up, man. He know he gonna get booked. So, I mean, what we gonna do? You know what I mean? I got. I think he had technically he had better writing, like in certain like pockets at certain times like of the battle, but Steams ended up winning it. So y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Now we got None versus O-Red. I want to talk about that. I watched the face-off before we get into the battle. Shout out to y'all. It was a good face-off. It was a decent face-off. One thing about O-Red, a lot of people don't understand. Like, he talked about it in the face-off. He's like, yo, I got a lot of bodies like people just don't talk about. He's right. And it's not only that. Like, y'all remember, like, O-Red, he's been through a lot, like, in battle. He's got a lot of respect. Y'all remember when Av was like, everybody was scared of Av. Like, all the battlers were scared of him. They didn't want to battle him. It was just like, man, we don't want to deal with Av. He stepped up to the plate, and he beat him. You know what I'm saying? So, I got a lot of respect for O-Red, and I think it's dope for him to be back on the URL. Shout out to, you know what I mean, RBE, and ain't nothing like that. It's just like, I just feel like it's dope for him to be back on the URL. You know what I'm saying? Getting certain type of matchups. I rock with it. Shout out to O-Red. But he ended up talking about a couple of things in the face-off before we get to the battle. He's like, yo, like, None, he's invited to the cookout, asking None questions about the cookout. He ends up, like, talking to None about, like, Professor Red or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, him, like, bringing, like, a Professor Red or... and None is like, yo, you can't really do that because you already wrote your material, so we are, you can't do it. Man, I watched this battle, bro. O-Red hit God mode in that first round, bro. Like, he did everything. The interesting thing about this battle to me is that they were both able to incorporate everything they were talking about in the face-off in the battle. And I thought that was very fire. That was very dope. And it just shows, like, how fast both of them can, like, prepare, like, for their opponent, because you had None. He had, like, certain things, like, he was referring to the cookout. Because, O-Red was asking him questions like, is it macaroni and cheese, like, you know what I'm saying, like a side dish or is it a main course? You know what I'm saying? Asking him stuff like that. But he had things referring to the cookout like angle that O-Red tried to take on him in the face off, and then O-Red he did the Professor Red, and it was fire. It was fire. I was like, yo, like what is it, bro? First thing I want to say about O-Red, you know what I mean? Like he's kind of on a different level than a lot of like battlers. Like let's keep it real. O-Red can go wherever he wants in battle and still come back to the URL. Let's put that out there. A lot of these URL battle rappers cannot do that. Your favorite URL battle rappers cannot do that, but O-Red can. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving him his respect on that. His first round was crazy. And it's wild because like when you watch Nun's first, you're like, all right, Nun's kind of going wild, but him doing what he did in the first, bro, it just shows you how insane like O-Red can get. But my thing with O-Red is, it's like, yo, you always are giving us like one of them rounds, but you never follow it up with a round like that. Like he ended up, I think he battled JC. He got the first round, but he didn't end up following up with like a powerful round like he had in his first. And JC ended up clipping him in the second and the third. You know what I'm saying? So y'all tell me what y'all think. But in this battle with Nun and O-Red, I got O-Red winning the battle the first and I think the third. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Shout out. I just felt like Nun was letting the crowd get to him. And I think that was the biggest issue, like, with him in the battle. And I get it. All these people, I don't know what y'all doing, bro. Like, y'all going to battles to talk. It seems like. It's a bunch of people I'm recognizing in the spaces that just sitting on stage talking. You know, and then there's people in the crowd talking. There's people yelling, like, you know what I mean, time and doing, like, just extra, you know what I mean, things that they shouldn't be doing. So, but it felt like to me, Nun let a lot of things bother him. And in the third, he just basically like ended the third. You know what I mean? Because he felt like the crowd was dead. Forget the crowd. My thing is like when you're a battle rapper, your intent is to win the battle. Whatever's going on right there in the crowd, who cares? You know what I mean? You're supposed to be battling for that app, and you're supposed to be battling for a potential like YouTube drop, depending on whatever platform you're on. So letting the crowd bother you and making you give up the round, it's not doing anything but hurting you in the battle. I know this is not like $100,000 like tournament type battle, but at the end of the day, you want to beat a person like, you know what I mean, or win against a person like O-Red, you know, and I don't think you were able to do it, but I do feel like Nun is great. I think he's fire and he's going to be on Nome, you know, and am I mad that he's on Nome? Not really. You know what I mean? I ain't really mad about that. I think he's going to be going up against Danny Myers. So y'all tell me what y'all think. I wish they would have waited a little bit longer to announce that instead of like right around like the time of them battling and start talking about it, because I think it took a lot of steam away from that announcement. You know what I mean? So y'all tell me what y'all think. You know what I mean? Next battle, I think it was, what was it? Was it Sheed Happens versus JC? Man, wait a minute. We gonna talk about this, bro. We gonna talk. All right, so the first round I had JC. Some people say Edge. I think it was pretty clear. I had JC. The second round, bro. Clearly Sheed bro, like one of these judges, the one with the Mario background that be getting the battles wrong. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know his name. The one that be getting the battles wrong, the one that had Ice beating JC. This dude had Sheed Happens in his... He had JC beating Sheed Happens in the same. I don't know. We gonna talk about this about. Second round, I had Sheed Happens, right? The third round, I had Sheed Happens. What I knew what was gonna happen. This is the problem. Like when y'all are battling, like when you're a newer battler and you battling like battlers that, for the most part, go over people's heads. You know what I mean? Like people don't catch everything that they say and go over it. When you got a battler like that, it's like, it's over. We done and doing all that. And you know what I'm saying? Some people might get flustered when they looking at the battle like, I don't want to seem dumb and go against this person. I kind of want to just vote for him. You know what I'm saying? I might catch it later and might be glad that I did that. When I seen the battle, when I seen that they were gassing simple things that JC was saying in the third, I knew they was gonna go for JC, bro. I knew they was gonna do that, bro. Cause like I'll be saying, bro, like you not only going up against a battle rapper, you going up against a fan base. And when you have judges on the line, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna put everything on the line, A lot of these judges, y'all have to be careful about who y'all pick as judges. And there's no way to know. You know what I mean? Like, just being real, there's no way to know. But a lot of these guys are just going to pick who their favorites are. You know what I mean? And I put a post up like that. I'm just like, yo, they already starting to gas JC's like simple bars in the third. They're going to pick him. The judges are going to pick him. And then Surf, like, he basically, like, commented on it and then retweeted. It's a fact. What ended up happening? They ended up picking him. I think Calico kept it real. He said he had Sheed Happens, I think, in the second and the third. John said he had JC. I think he said he even had JC in the first and the second. I'm sorry, John. I think you said first and the second. Whatever. You know what I mean? You went with JC, and I thought you was crazy. And then the dude with the Mario background went with... I knew he was going to get it wrong. So he went with JC. Well, you know what I'm saying? In the first and the second, when the second round is the clearest round that Sheed Happens. Jesus Christ, bro. And then Quest McCody, I mean, he just picked who he cool with. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what it is. But I had Sheed Happens winning the battle in the second and the third. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all can get mad. You know what I mean? JC, I rock with you. I had Sheed Happens winning that battle. Bro, I was so mad, bro. But I was happy when Calico went up there, because I know Calico, for the most part, going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, he going to keep it real. Like, he kind of got to at this point. You know, and I had Sheed, bro. Like, that's got to be a crazy feeling. You know what I mean? To know you might have edged somebody in a battle, and then, like, people just like, I don't know, bro. I actually, whatever. The judges picked. I'm going to respect their decision. Shout out to y'all. I had Sheed Happens winning that battle. If I would have been judging, she would have won that battle. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And then you had, who was it? Swamp versus Fonz. Shout out. I had Swamp, bro. Clearly. What y'all talking about? Clearly. Cal, you kind of messed up on this one. He was like, yo, like, you know, you messed up in the second, Fonz, but, you know, I still had Fonz in, like, the second. You know what I'm saying? And I had Swamp in the first and then Swamp in the third. I think that's what he said. Bro, if you start... I don't think Fonz choked. I think it was a lot of overreaction. I think he stumbled a few times. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he choked. You know, but if you doing stuff like that and you know what I mean, like at a battle, you lose that round. I kind of felt like it was kind of clearly like leaning towards like Swamp in that battle. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Cleveland. I rock with, you know what I mean, Fonz, Landlord, all that. You know what I mean? But I had Swamp like winning the battle, bro. I thought it was pretty cool. What other battles we had? Snake Eyez and what's his name? Stumbles. Bruh. Y'all know what's crazy? Because it's like, yo. See, I did a blog, bro. And I was talking about, bro, my bad, Stumbles, my bad. I was talking about, like, yo, like, what y'all talking about? What y'all thinking? Like, how y'all think Snake Eyez gonna lose to a guy that can't complete battles without stumbling, bro? And I said I had, like, Snake Eyez winning the battle clearly. No, that's not what happened, bro. Shout out to you, Stumbles, bro. Shout out to you. The way you approach this battle, like the pace that you... Like, he kind of reminded me, it was like reminiscent. Y'all remember when Rex battled K-Shine? And how Rex in the first round, like, he took his time to get through his round. It was fire. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the same, you know what I mean, type of... Obviously, it wasn't the same material, but the pacing, I thought was fire, bro. Stumbles. This should teach you. You don't have to, like, rap fast to, like, get to your battle. This is, like, your time. You know what I mean? And I think that you took advantage of your time. You know what I'm saying? You made everybody listen to everything you said. You paced it perfect. Stumbles was on fire, bruh. He was on fire, bruh. And then I seen Snake Eyez first, and I'm like, yo, Stumbles got this first kind of clear. And the second and third was like the same, bro. I don't know how y'all got Snake Eyez getting a set. I got Stumbles with a clear 30. Is it like a body bag? It's kind of clear. It ain't like a body like Snake was kind of fighting, but you know what I mean? The third, he gave up. You know what I'm saying? The third, he gave up. And he was, I think Stubbles overwhelmed him, bro. He overwhelmed him, bro. Stubbles, I did not know you can write like that. I mean, you versus Snake Eyez. I mean, you versus what's his name? Real Sick. I think your material is better, but you can get through it, bro. He was wilding. He was wilding, bro. Shout out to you. He hit every angle that he was supposed to hit. The bars was crazy, man. I posted a lot of this stuff on my Twitter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, bro. I want to see this type of stumbles go up against everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with this type of stumbles, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. This was a fire battle. And I seen the judge gave like pity rounds. I think it was John. Shout out to John. You know I rock with you, bro. I think John was like, yo, I got stumbles 200. It was a 30. What you talking? It was a 30. That was clear, bro. That was clear. But you know what it is? Like when you're in the building, it's kind of a different. That was clear, bro. That was a clear 30. I did not expect that, bro. And then the crazy part about it is like with Snake Eyez, we know he get busy, but it's like he took Stumbles extra light. You know what I mean? Like he didn't think Stumbles. I think you probably thought Stumbles would just choke through the battle or something, bro. Like Snake Eyez like barely wrote for Stumbles, bro. Like it was like he was. Shout out to Snake Eyez. You just followed me yesterday. Shout out to you. I can't. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna go ahead, but shout out to you, bro. But you ain't really. You wrote like you know he gonna choke in every round, and all you got to do is get through your round. That's how you wrote, bro. He cleaned Snake Eyez up, bro. He cleaned, but Snake Eyez had a line. He had a couple lines. He was basically talking about like, yo, his I think he said like one of his kids like died like in a situation like before the birth. You know what I mean? And he only got one eye to cry, so he only cried with half his face. Some he said it was like kind of crazy but fire. But it wasn't even. This battle wasn't close, bro. It wasn't, bro. Y'all lying. It wasn't close. But one thing I do want to say, you know what I'm saying? I seen None in the old Red battle. None kind of started out the battle. He was talking about JC and like it might have been the same. I can't remember, but he was like talking about JC's mom that had passed and all that. Like, bro, stuff like that has got to be left out of the battle. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason in battle rap to where JC's mother should be talked about in any capacity. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of that should be talked about. You know, that's like a real situation he had to go through. And I'm sure, I mean, I had to go through that like last year. You know what I'm saying? My mother's birthday coming up on the 25th of this month. You know what I mean? So there's no reason at all like his mom should ever be mentioned in a battle. It's just cringe and it just don't work. You know what I'm saying? It don't. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, but like please don't ever do that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Anybody that think about talking about JC, don't do that. You know, but shout out to JC. I think what is he like 14-0 right now? That's crazy. That's crazy. Shout out to JC, but you ain't win this battle. You ain't win this battle, JC. I'm sorry. I rock with you. You didn't. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, Stumbles got 2 belts. I think he gave one of the belts to Twerk. Twerk in jail, whatever. Maybe Anwar. Who got the belt? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But Stumbles got the real belt now, which is crazy. And he got like $4,000. So shout out to the dude that put the $2,000 like on the table. You know what I'm saying? I mean, on the floor. Shout out to you. You know what I mean? Ain't no way in hell I'm putting $2,000. Bruh, ain't no way. Y'all crazy. $2,000, man. Smack would have brought me up there like PIPERBOY and Will. You put some money on the floor to put like $40. Ain't no $2,000. You know what you could have bought for that? You know. Smack like, what your name is? But it's $2,000. You crazy. You crazy. Like, the only time I buy gas is if I'm driving my motorcycle, bro. And gas is like $5 a gallon here in Nashville. Ain't no way I'm putting $2,000 on the battle. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm like a league owner or something like that. Shout out to Surfing On, you know what I'm saying? But ain't no way, bro. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But shout out to you, bro. I need 1,000. Hit me up. I only got one hat. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody in Battle Rap. I do feel like if you look at the card, it's a fire card. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really like sit down and look at the card for Ultimate Madness, it is like a pretty good card that they were able to put together. They had Ryder and Kid Slade. You do want to see like whether or not he can advance towards somebody that's been here for a minute. Steams versus the Yana. We could have did without that. You know what I'm saying? Then you got JC versus you know what I'm saying? Sheet Happens. You got Swamp versus Fonz. You got Snake Eyez versus Stunt. This is kind of a crazy card, bro. It's kind of a crazy card. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But leading into Nome, you know what I mean? We're going to end up talking about that in a separate battle. I was kind of telling y'all might want to get the tickets. You know what I'm saying? I think the Nome card is all right. I think y'all going to like who they might do a main event for Summer Madness, of course. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna love that. But Nome, I think is all right. You know what I mean? And I kind of been alluding to, if y'all pay attention to like the blogs, and this is why I ain't really been blogging, because I knew I was gonna snitch. You know what I mean? But I kind of been alluding to like, y'all don't really see goods into Nome. You know what I'm saying? And saying things like that. And like, if I talk about Hollow, I'm like, man, the only person, maybe Geach. You know, like, I kind of been telling y'all, I'll be snitching a little bit. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But one thing I do want to say before I get out of here, P from the URL, shout out to him. He ended up doing an interview addressing this on Hip Hop Is Real. One thing that P always says, right, is that name a battle rapper outside of the URL that's lit without the machine, right? So you got to be off of the URL and you got to be lit, keeping the fans' attention and people want to see you and all that. And you're kind of newer in a sense. And Snake Eyez, I feel like before this battle, he met all those criteria. You know what I mean? And then I think Snake Eyez had to fall it out with URL. He did his own thing. He got on Midnight Madness, got lit. You know what I'm saying? Him and Tony Bro, they did whatever they did with media. And they got his name out there. You know what I mean? And I think that was dope. And it showed that you don't have to just be with the URL to be lit. And I know a lot of people out here saying A-Ward in 2022 is not lit. I rock with A-Ward. You know what I'm saying? I follow A-Ward. I rock with A-Ward. I got his number. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to A-Ward. In 2022, A-Ward is not lit. Let's keep it real. Snake Eyez has been keeping it lit. You know what I mean? From him and None to him in like New Jersey Twerk to him this whole Stumble situation. Let's keep it real. You know what I mean? He was able to do that, you know what I mean, without the help of like really any league. Like he was self-marketer, getting out there doing what he's got to do to make people interested in this battle. And he ended up on Ultimate Madness, $100,000 tournament. On one of the events, he ended up headlining an event, bro. Like him and Stumbles headlining. Shout out to Stumbles too. They headlined it over JC and Sheed, O-Red, and you know what I'm saying? Like none, all these people. You know, and that takes a lot of due diligence to be able to do that. A lot of marketing power. You know what I mean? And that, you know, you got to deal with a lot. You got to deal with the fans. You got to deal with me. You got to deal with all that. For them to be able to do that without a machine like behind them, making the calls and making people blog and talk about stuff, I think that was fire. You know what I mean? So shout out to Snake Eyez. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Shout out. Stumbles, you got 2 belts. Let me get one of them belts. Shout out, bruh. He was wilding. Stumbles was wilding. Stumbles, this is, bro. If you can, rap at this pace. We want to hear what you have to say. This is fire. Take your time. Make sure you got enough time in the battles. Don't book something where you rush to, you know, have to spit something out in like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Whatever the time limit was perfect. You know what I mean? You took your time. You walked everybody through your story, where you were. Bro, he had this one part, bro. He had the hit him up song. What, bro? What? Bro, he had the hit him up song, bro. He made them play the beat, and he went in on Black Compass Media. He was going crazy, bro. And it hit. It hit. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what Calico and like Mook, they was kind of trying to do. But they ain't have like a beat and all that. You know what I'm saying? But it hit, bro. It hit. You know what I'm saying? And Stumble's like, I'm a man of my word. I said you would probably lose this battle. You know what I mean? I said, if you win this battle, I'm going live and I'm going to talk about you winning the battle. And I feel like you won clearly. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I do want to see Stumbles again. But for Nome, who y'all think the next matchup going to be? Y'all think they done? See, you already, I'm about to snitch. I'm about to snitch. I'm about to snitch. I'm about to snitch. Y'all think they done? Y'all don't think they got... So, all right, so we got Geechee Gotti and Hollow the Nine, right? Geechee Gotti and Hollow the Nine. We got Danny Myers versus... What's his name? Nun Nun. We got Tay-Rock versus T-Top. We got Easy to Block Captain versus Goods. You got the Ultimate Madness battle. But y'all... That's 5. They might do another one. They might do another one. I'm going to tell y'all like this. Pay attention. I'm going to tell you what I want. Rum Nitty said he was going to be on Nome. Right? Rum Nitty don't really be lying on like that. He don't really be lying on like that. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see... Somebody said K-Shine. We ain't see K-Shine in a minute. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I would like to see Rum Nitty versus Fonz. Do y'all think they can get ready in time? Do y'all think they can get ready in time? Rum Nitty wants to be on there. Daylight gonna probably play around. He ain't gonna... Daylight wants specific matchups. He don't want to run into Rum Nitty. You don't want to do that, Daylight. Come on, bro. You don't want to do that. Let's keep it real. And it doesn't make sense for him to battle him right now. So y'all tell me what y'all think. I would like to see Fonz and Rum Nitty. I know people saying Surf and Verb. It's like a Summer Madness battle, bro. What y'all, they can't give you everything at once. You know what I'm saying? But y'all tell me what y'all think. I think Daylight, you might, I think Summer Madness, right? I want to see Daylight. I'm going to tell y'all, I want to see Daylight on Summer Madness. I think if Daylight battles on Summer Madness, it's going to be somebody crazy. And I don't think... Y'all don't call me. And I don't think this is a battle that he can take lightly. This is a battle that everybody will probably want to see. You know, so that's who I think... You know, I think he needs to take a battle like that on Summer Madness. Somebody's going to test his writing skills. That's what I think he need to do. So, do I think he need to battle on Nome? Nah. I think he needs to battle on Summer Madness. Do I think Surf needs to battle on Nome? Nah. I think he needs to battle on Summer Madness. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a blog. I'm speculating, talking just like anybody else. But I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Peace.